Welcome back to Hydrohaven, fellow soil enthusiasts. Today I'm sharing something that completely transformed my garden's productivity with minimal effort on my part. If you're dealing with compacted, lifeless soil that barely grows weeds, let alone vegetables, you're in for a treat. I'm going to reveal an Amish soil restoration technique that's been practiced for generations but rarely discussed in mainstream gardening circles. This method saved my back, my wallet, and ultimately my garden when I was ready to give up on a particularly challenging plot. The beauty of this approach? It lets nature do most of the work while you sit back and watch the transformation. Let's dive into this lazy but incredibly effective way to bring dead soil back to life. Before we get into the solution, let's quickly understand what we mean by dead soil. True dead soil lacks microbial life, organic matter, proper structure, and nutrient cycling capability. If your soil is compacted, dusty when dry and clumpy when wet, doesn't hold moisture, lacks earthworms, or grows sickly plants despite fertilization, you're likely dealing with biologically inactive soil. The conventional fix involves back-breaking double digging, truckloads of amendments, and considerable expense. The Amish method I'm sharing requires none of these. When I purchased my homestead, the previous owners had applied heavy herbicides for years. The soil was so dead that even weeds struggled to grow in certain areas. Lab tests showed acceptable nutrient levels, but the biological activity was virtually non-existent. That's when my Amish neighbor shared this ingenious approach that his family had used for generations. At the heart of this method is a specific sequence of cover crops chosen not just for what they contribute individually, but for how they work together over time. The Amish approach uses deep-rooted crops followed by nitrogen fixers and finally biomass producers, all without tilling between plantings. The process begins with daikon radish, also called forage radish, as your first cover crop. The Amish call these tillage radishes because their long, powerful tap roots penetrate compacted soil layers down to 30 inches or more. What makes this method lazy is that you don't harvest these radishes. Instead, winter freezes kill them, and their decomposing roots create vertical channels in the soil. These channels improve drainage, aeration, and create highways for earthworms and beneficial microbes to recolonize the subsoil. When I first scattered daikon seeds over my compacted plot in late summer, I was skeptical. The radishes grew impressively large, with some roots extending over a foot into my clay soil. By spring, the frozen and decomposed radishes had left behind perfect channels filled with organic matter, without me lifting a shovel once. The beauty of this Amish method is its alignment with natural cycles. Here's how to implement it through the seasons. Late summer or early fall year 1 broadcast daikon radish seeds, about 10 to 15 pounds per acre, or 4 to 6 ounces per 1,000 square feet over your problem area. Rake them in lightly and water if conditions are dry. The radishes will grow until killed by hard frost. Spring of year 2. As soon as the soil can be worked, overseed the area with a mixture of field peas and oats. The peas fix nitrogen while the oats provide support and additional biomass. Again, you won't harvest these. They're working for your soil, not your table. Early summer of year 2. Once the peas and oats have flowered, use a scythe or string trimmer to cut them down. Leave all plant material on the surface as mulch. Immediately sow buckwheat seeds directly into this mulch without tilling. Late summer of year 2. Before the buckwheat sets seed, cut it down and leave it as additional mulch. Now seed with a winter cover crop mix of cereal rye and hairy vetch. Spring of year 3. Your once dead soil is now ready for planting. You have two options. Either cut down the rye and vetch combination and plant directly into the resulting mulch, or incorporate the cover crop lightly into the topsoil before planting. What amazed me about this sequence was watching my soil literally change color over the course of 18 months, from light tan to rich dark brown, without adding any external compost or amendments. The Amish approach succeeds because it addresses soil death comprehensively rather than symptomatically. Instead of just adding components of healthy soil, like purchased compost or fertilizers, it restores the soil's ability to function as a living ecosystem. The deep channels created by daikon radishes allow air and water penetration without destructive tilling that disrupts fungal networks. The peas and vetch add nitrogen through biological fixation rather than through synthetic fertilizers that can harm soil microbes. The oats, buckwheat, and rye contribute different types of organic matter that feed diverse microbial communities. Most importantly, the plant roots exude compounds that stimulate microbial activity in the rhizosphere, the zone around plant roots where most biological activity occurs. These root exudates include sugars, amino acids, and other compounds that essentially feed the soil microbiome back to health. When I tested my soil before and after this 18-month process, organic matter had increased from 1.2% to nearly 4%, and earthworm counts went from virtually 0 to over 20 per square foot. All this happened with just a few hours of actual work on my part. If you're working with a small garden plot, you can adapt this method by hand broadcasting seeds at the appropriate times. For larger areas, a broadcast spreader works well. The Amish typically use horse-drawn seeders, but any method that distributes seeds evenly will suffice. For very small areas, you can even use a modified version. Plant daikon radishes 6 inches apart in a grid pattern in fall, then overseed with peas and oats in spring without removing the decomposed radish residue. In my backyard garden, I used this method on a 20 by 30 foot plot that had been used as a parking area by previous owners. The soil was so compacted that water would pool on the surface for days after rain. After just one round of the daikon radish treatment, water infiltration improved dramatically. By the end of the full 18-month sequence, the area became one of my most productive vegetable beds. If your daikon radishes don't grow large, your soil might be extremely compacted or acidic. Consider a light surface application of lime if your soil pH is below 6 before trying again. Some gardeners worry about cover crops becoming weeds. To prevent this, make sure to cut buckwheat before it sets seed and terminate other cover crops at flowering. Daikon radishes are winter-killed in zones 7 and colder, posing no threat of becoming invasive. For extremely poor soils, the Amish sometimes add a thin layer of compost, just a quarter inch before the initial daikon planting to jumpstart the process. This Amish method of soil restoration exemplifies the principle that sometimes the laziest approach, letting plants do the work instead of our shovels and rototillers, yields the most sustainable results. While it takes 18 to 24 months to complete, the improvements are lasting rather than temporary. My once dead soil has remained productive for years after this treatment, requiring only minimal annual maintenance with light cover cropping during off-seasons. If your garden is struggling with lifeless soil, give this Amish method a try. The minimal effort required is more than compensated by the permanent improvement in soil health and the satisfaction of working with natural processes rather than against them. If you found this information valuable, please support the Hydrohaven channel by subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and sharing this video with fellow gardeners who might be struggling with poor soil. Drop a comment below if you've tried similar methods or have questions about adapting this approach to your specific situation. Remember, building healthy soil is the foundation of successful gardening, and sometimes the easiest methods are also the most effective. Until next time, happy growing.